Hi everyone, happy holidays. I am Michelle Espinosa. You may know me as Lady Stars and Fire. And this is our weekly rune forecast for December 27th until January 4th. But I'm being told this is more like a spirit perception to help you understand maybe what had happened. Now, I'm being asked to go all the way back to Christmas Day, or the day before, for Christmas Eve or the day after. We had a full moon. There are a lot of people who are moon sensitive, or just sensitive in general. Now, for those of you, you might have been extra sensitive, and being sensitive and in your emotions was in last week's reading. I have to remind you, what most people are not getting in this situation is, we haven't had a full moon in 32 years on Christmas Day. That is a lot of energy coming into the holiday. And a lot of us had a little bit of this feeling going on Christmas Day or the day before or right after. Kind of just like slap or drop. An exhaustion, and just want to sleep away. Did you want to maybe feel like a hermit? Were you sluggish? See, the reason I'm going this route is I'm being told before I go into anything about this week is I got to go back and help people understand last week and on Christmas. See, slug and feeling sluggish is very important to what happened. Like I said, it was 32 years since that full moon. That's a lot of energy to bring to you on such a holiday. A slug is known in several cultures as an ancient tool of divination. It's considered sacred. It is a way of showing you your slow tendencies of movement from dark into the light. See, what a lot of people don't realize, they just think of slugs as nasty or gooey. The thing is, with the slug, wherever a slug goes, it leaves its trail behind, slimy and whatnot. But what most people don't realize is it itself is actually very clean. Its trail, though, is slimy. It leaves everything that is not good for it or useful to it behind it. This is where that ancient tool of divination comes in, that you need to understand that feeling that you might have gotten during Christmas Day, why that was important and that was meant to hit you the way it did. See, because it's reminding you yourself of the slimy trail of your own guidance, your life, and the decisions you've made. And it's being brought before you. Evaluation. See, I'm being reminded, I had to take some notes. I'm being reminded also that slugs are often with the Hebrew language. It also is equivalent to Yaad, which I'm going to explain in a second. But Yaad is also equivalent to the number 10 in vibrations. And when I started the reading, and I've been asking a lot of questions because I was confused about a lot of stuff that happened last week, and what was going on. When I started the reading, you know how like when you get a picture taken, the flash goes off and it's like in your eyes? I kept getting that flash from Spirit, and that's all I was getting until I started digging deeper and figuring out exactly what I needed to do today. That's the vibration of 10, and the message that they are giving you is, we know, darling, what the picture of you was. We know the trail you've taken, we know the life you have, we know the decisions you've made, we know what the picture of you was. What we are asking you is, what picture are you creating for yourself as we come into this next year? See, that's the snapshot They're taking the vibration of 10, and 10 is multiples. 10 is the snapshot. 10 is the magnifier and the manifestation, multiplying. And bringing that into Yaad with Hebrew. You go all the way back to 6 months ago. I gave the 6-month reading saying the last thing I was given was Yaad. And it was the most important thing. Because see, Yaad is being humble and meek. It's finding peace and humility. Yaad is the smallest letter of that sacred language and alphabet. But by far it's the mightiest, the biggest, the most of that language. See, because Yaad suggests a hand or an arm reaching. It suggests reaching for heaven. Reaching all the way up for heaven for its answers and moving yourself up there. It suggests creation. It signifies creation and everything metaphysical about creation. In the Hebrew language, Yaad means the creator. This is why that snapshot kept going off when I was asking. Because we finally hit Yaad. And I had said there was doors opening in that reading for 6 months ago. Ending right now at that 6 months. The doors are open. Yaad is here. And Yaad is saying, you are your own creator. What are you creating? This year, what are you creating? What snapshot are you taking of yourself? Just like the slug, you were going through divination on Christmas, and I'm being told to remind you of that before I go any further, because that's very important for you to understand why and what it is that's coming your way through these doors and changing. Because starting off this week, we're starting off with Nathiz, which is what was coming in on Christmas. Nathiz is still going on. It is the need fire, distress, fire, determination, endurance, survival. It's the presence of the situation of something that must be worked through. It is your karmatic obstacles and what must be overcome. It is the great will, the change, and the will awakening. The change of powers we did not know we already had. It's awakening to realizing exactly what it is you are capable of. But it says you may find in this situation, though, someone who is working hard or is struggling. Also, it is resistance and friction. It is resistance, strength. Resistance strengthens and the will of the fire from within. The need to banish and distress warm the cold. You need the need to banish or distress warm the cold from within. Changes stress into strength is what was going on. Action according to the needs of positive self-reliance through intuitions. Positive action and the need to deal with other circumstances. Rune to overcome karma, skills, and survival, self-perseverance. Meeting necessary requirements, manifesting, creating, manifestation being created by its absences. Every challenge is just a measure of one's hidden strengths. Break addictive patterns, realize what we feel we lack and we search for outside of ourselves are already in you and already part of you. But I'm also being reminded still coming into this week, we still have a little bit of that going on, as well as Aiza. Now, Aiza is going to go with that according to where we are in that situation and as we're coming into the close of this year. Aiza is ego. It is water. It is challenging, frustration. It is time to turn inwards. It focuses on what is either stillness, a power point of concentration, stasis, blocked energies. It is concentration and detachment, or the need or the needs you have to work with Aiza. Concentration and detachment so that you can see the truths. Indicates presence has either, not presence, indicates person has either stopped growing or has very high mental control. See, Aiza is kind of like, I'm stuck right here. I'm evaluating and I'm overlooking things. Principle, concentration, necessary stasis, stillness, retreat but do not separate, reducing one's impact on the immediate environment, a state of wonderment, the ice bridge, the consciousness shift from one to another, controlling of self-mastery, movement in time, control over one's mind, one's consciousness, and one's perception. Starting to see the truths here. Now, I'm saying those because I'm being reminded that had to do with last week and with that whole energy and the divination that was coming in through that Christmas holiday. Coming into this week, though, we are still in our feelings. We are still sensitive. But I'm being told we are moving into Wilo. And Wilo is coming into everything. See, and it's getting more uplifting, but you had to go through that last week. Wilo is coming in all of my stones. So it's coming in your grounded nature. It's coming in your awareness. It's coming in your truth and honesty. It's coming in your self-love. It's coming in all of these. Wilo is the sun wheel. It is air. It is the power of being. It is available, the power. I'm getting tongue-tied today. It is the power being available to you for changes. Points to revelation of clear directions. The ending of that blockage. You're coming out of that. Focuses on matters of social and verbal success. A journey may be indicated over water or into finding of one's ways. It is your navigation ruin setting in. It is your guidance. It is your setting goals. It is your pursuing of that path. Your spiritual navigation. It is the sun and the light. It is loss of illusion. Loss of that ice. Loss of Aiza. It is sense of self-worth. Positive course of action. End of stasis and moving forward into forward movement. Hope, success, achievement, recognition, honor, education, positive, good fortune. That snapshot, baby. They know. Spirit knows. Creator knows. Your guides know. Your angels know what the picture of you was. What the snapshot of you was. They were making sure you knew what the picture of you was. So that you can see what you want to change, because they're asking you. All of this is your guidance, your setting goals, your pursuing of your path, your spiritual navigation, your sense of self-worth, your positive course of action, your hopes, your success, your achievement, your recognitions, your honor, your education, your good fortune. This is, so what are you creating that snapshot to be now? This is that loss of that illusion, loss of that Aiza, and moving forward into the beginning of this year. Then we're also being given, as soon as I can find it, it should be very uplifting this week as we're coming out of the divination that came through at Christmas time. Like I said, sometimes the light has to show you some dark before it can really show you the light. It's Kenez, as soon as I can find it. Kenez is also coming in all colors. Kenez. It's coming in everything that I have as far as the stones go. So this is your truth, your honesty, your self-worth, your self-love, your love of others. Kenez is torch, craft, cunning, it's fire. It's manifesting, it's your character, it's your personality. It points to matters of your creativity and of the craft of whatever it is that you are. It shows the natural ability through your own efforts. And only through your own efforts can you become what it is you want to become and do with your life. Indicating of those balance of the balance cycles, which is where sometimes this creating this crafting of us, our character of us, our personality of us, takes its changes because of these balance cycles. Are we balanced right? Are we getting our proper sleep, our proper playtime, our proper work, are we balancing even, or are we just exhausting ourselves? That's important right now. It shows the symbols of skill. Kenez is craft and its techniques, but it is also of sexual practices because it is a fire element. Principle of ignition, your turn-on button, your creativity expressed in form. And it can control us through our inspiration, our knowledge, and our capabilities. It is the craft skills, our craft guides, our analysis, and our forge of our own human endeavors. Shaping and reshaping of the events. But being Kenez, that can also deal with your children because your children are your fire. They are of you, they are from you. So that is definitely your fire, or it's your creative sexual energy. And let's remember, sexuality is not just sex. That's where a lot of people get this confused. Sexuality is not just sex. Sexuality is how you feel about you. How comfortable are you in your skin? Do you feel good about you in your skin? Sexuality is all about that. Just like for those of you who follow me on Facebook, I went out on Facebook dressed up like an elf. Looked a little bit crazy, but you know what? I looked good and I liked it, and I was comfortable. That's my sexuality, being comfortable with who I am. Doesn't always have to do with sex. So, are you comfortable with who you are? If you're not, we got to figure out how and what it is that's making you uncomfortable so that we can get comfortable and move forward positively. Then I am being also reminded of radio. And radio is the last one, and radio is only coming in truth and honesty. Radio is the ride, the riding. It is Thor's chariot. It is air. It is the world of rhythm, rhyme, dance of life. It focuses on matters of order, justice, and change through the preparations. Structure of outward control are its issues. It can indicate also a journey over land or a vehicle, such as in a car. Points to the presence of people involved in practices of law, skilled ritual work, ceremonies, magical rites, laws in general too. Principle of outward order, justice, and change. The channeling of energy according to natural laws, rhythm, dance, and rhyme of life. Controlled movement, that dance of life. Primal order expressed in ethical relationships to our own environment. Ruined craft of self-order and measured change. Growth through planning and preparation. Experience in the outer world. Logic and ethics are applied. Wise counsel, justice, just rewards, legal matters, personal control and responsibility, and journeys over land. So this whole week is about seeing what was, understanding what was, understanding how it was that it was important to see those so that we can change and start moving forward. And the only way you're going to move forward is to be honest with yourself, baby. So I wish you much luck. I wish you a wonderful new year. Happy New Year's to you as well. And I will see you next year. Also, you can always check me out at my website, ladystarsandfire.com, where you can see all of my different crafts, or you can get my animal readings and so forth, or personal readings. Or you can always just subscribe right here and just get these on YouTube. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful New Year's Eve.